Philly seem like slaves to this meta. They just want to play the May Reaper. Maybe they get a bit flexible.
We'll see. They decide to stay on the May Reaper here on offense. Poco hovering over the Wrecking Ball right now. You wouldn't really see Wrecking Ball Arisa, so you're probably going to see him make a squat here shortly. Or did they decide to run this? Maybe he's just hovering over this. Looks like they're coming out seeing what they're running.
Yeah.
Do we have a... this would be very interesting. You're going to have a
Wrecking Ball?
Wrecking Ball Arisa? So it looks like some more changes going on here for Philly as they're going back to the spawn.
Poco is set up on the left side here. He's actually got Nid.
So you're going to play the Arisa Wrecking Ball with Doomfist Reaper. I just wonder what you're getting out of the Arisa here. Like, obviously you need a shield against double shield, as that'll be a kill there set up by the Halt, by Diem. But like, I guess what you want to do with this comp is you want to dive with the Wrecking Ball. You have the Reaper as well, the Doomfist. I don't know what you're going to get from the Arisa. It looks like Sato going back to the spawn. Probably a Winston switch, yeah. So this makes more sense to me. Like, if you're going to play dive, play dive. Don't play Moira, Lucio, Arisa with 3 other dive characters.
Arisa doesn't exactly telegraph
the
intent to dive. This does a little bit, which also might work against the fusion. We'll see if the Dragons are able to deal with it. Symmetra, if she gets dived on, could be over for her pretty quickly. The same can be said of Ana, Batiste. They're all a little vulnerable to heroes that close the gap. Sato identifies there are a lot of turrets here. He looks up, Youngjin socks him in the breadbasket with the rocket punch, and he's down.
And this is also getting Sato on one of his best heroes. Like we were mentioning in one of the first 2 maps.
I would agree with that. I think Sato looked way better on defense on maps that had high ground for the Winston.
Yeah.
Because he could always get back out again, like the hero style of dropping down and jumping.
I would say Winston overall, though, is probably his strongest hero.
Yeah, okay, if you had to pick one, sure.
Yeah, if you had to pick one of the main tanks, I would say his Winston is definitely the one you feel the best about him on. Now you have a Winston with the Sigma in place. So now the Sigma provides you, not a lot of mobility, provides you some pretty good damage at range, good shielding to close the gap here.
See how this works. They're going to move up here. Amplification Matrix by Kona.
Ana shooting through
They can't peek. Yeah, behind them on the high ground, there's an Amp Matrix been put up. So they're not going to move out into this, especially with the barrage of damage they'll take from front on. Here it is, a wall comes up. DM gets quickly out of there. That was a coalescence to start the fight off, and a Symmetra barrier won't protect him against that.
Everybody gets out using the teleporter.
All to the high ground now. Youngjin playing low here, but he's fine. He's healthy enough. Can play the flank angle. So Philly haven't really gained too much ground in the grand scheme. They've still got to butt heads with the Shanghai Dragons on this high ground here, and Youngjin wants to punish the first person to pick through. Looks like that might have got baited out a little bit. I don't think he wants to Meteor Strike back down with the rest of his team. Can't get Carpe either, who rank walks as soon as Youngjin appears.
That'll be a nano boost going on to Youngjin as they want to fight this even after losing Diem. As Youngjin pick up one, get out. This will be the Gravitic Flux here coming in from Envy, and that'll get rid of Neptuno. It'll be the Shanghai Dragons able to hold here, and you know what's really hurting the Philadelphia Fusion right now, Mitch? And it'll be actually a Sato Primal Rages. Maybe he thinks they can win this. It's just 2-on-2, but you have some respawners coming back.
There is a supercharger there, though.
They may not get a lot of ultimates here, so they have to kind of invest in here for Philly. They're going to be able to push this back. Yeah, they're going to be able to actually break this. So what looked like was good for Shanghai. They pick up 3 kills. Primal Rage there from Sato. They're able to even up at 2-on-2 and unlock the point.
Looked like DM actually left Gumsu there in a 1v2 with the supercharger up. Not really one he's going to win there. Looks like he wanted to be out and done with it. Philly break through, though.
And Youngjin was weak and had to go all the way back to the Mega Health pack. So.
I mean, what's more egregious about it, perhaps, is that Philly have so many ultimates coming up. They really didn't have to spend many on that fight.
It's what a boombox, a Moira orb, a damage orb that actually connects with DM to start that.
That accretion timing was filthy. Carpe got hit by a rock as soon as he appeared. Fusion now.
They're probably just waiting for the Gravitic Flux here. Poco's going to have that ultimate in a sec.
Flanking. Okay, Poco. I'll tell you what, if that was a rocket punch, could have been different. Accretion hits him in the back heels. He tries to get away. There's the Blizzard throw down to the point now. Koma manages to get out of it here. EQO just bathing in it. Iziaki airborne. Poco trying to get that finish on him, and he does. Drops him down. Accretion on Koma. Poco gets the finish. This is looking good for Philly now. Poco with another one in this fight. And they're set up on the point. The Dragons are nowhere to be seen. This has always been a horrible map for them. This one looking no better. 2 minutes and 10 seconds there, Matt. That's what Philly have to work with.
It was a slow offense at the start for Philadelphia, but they're able to get point A without investing many ultimates. They come in to their offense to get point B with about 5 ultimates to use there, and they're able to take point B with 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the time bank.
Now, that Gravitic Flux makes a lot of the difference. Poco, 3 kills for him in that fight. And yeah, he'll be feeling it. It could be a long series if the Fusion want to drag it back, but so far so good, at least here on the Temple of Anubis. We'll be back with our second half of this map in a moment.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Well, as it stands, both Sigma players on their respective teams are leading in damage. Envy with 31% of his team's damage, Poco with 24%. Carpe took 3 minutes and 55 seconds to charge that Death Blossom, and then he never used it.
I mean, at the beginning of the game, he had teleported to the left side, but then basically was forced to stand there for a while because of all the switches. Like, they had the Orisa Wrecking Ball, and they had the switch like Winston Sigma, and they were just kind of making these changes over and over and over again. Accretion there from Poco over the top of the choke. Trying to maybe hit somebody coming out of the spawn here in a second if he tries to launch another one out. But
Looks like you'll see the Dragons play the Symmetra. They hold on to the Hanzo. Looks like the Hanzo just thrown out there to spot check. He actually connects with the Batiste, yeah.
Yikes, man. All right, here's a teleporter. This gets everyone past this choke. And this forces the Fusion to very quickly reposition themselves.
And it also makes it harder for Philly to fight on the bridge here. Double shield versus double shield. DM will have the teleporter, get the Defiant, so the main wall pretty difficult to use here. And DM will be able to charge up the Symmetra primary
Some
fire.
Dragons can also get to that back corner if they want. Nope, just charge my beam. Don't mind me. DM.
Mortality.
Wait, where's it? He's looking for a shield to charge, and there is none. He's freaking out. And yeah, this forces Philly back to the point now. They have to regroup. And now the teleporter. Oh, this is perfect. The Dragons have the high ground. Oh, okay. Not everyone gets through the teleporter, but that body grenade, really nasty. No follow-up, though, because there's shields. DM trying to cut through, but Carpe gets rid of him, and Philly can withstand for now.
And you know what? In a game like this, in a meta like this, you lose one of your shields in a double shield meta. Your shield's going to be gone pretty quick, and that's exactly what happens to Gamsu there.
You only have half the shields of your opponent. Hate to see it. Carpe up to 80% on that Death Blossom. Suffice to say, he's charging it vastly quicker this time around.
Another teleporter attempt here. So
No one wants to get accretioned or halted and then just picked off by getting caught in that. Right, Youngchin has to rocket punch across because the TP was destroyed. Here we go. Amplification Matrix comes out. DM firing on all cylinders. Insado is caught out. He doesn't want to be there. He had no way to get away. Oh my gosh, that is... Oh my gosh! He drops him down! Poco gets himself 2 with a Gravitic Flux, but there could have been more. And the Dragons walk straight into that one.
Oh, that was sick.
Is that what the hyperbolic time chamber feels like?
As he pulls up about 4 players there. I have to see that one again. But yeah, that's the scariest part about that Sigma ultimate, the Gravitic Flux. It's something that no other ability works like in Overwatch. 50% of max HP.
Doesn't matter how tanky you are.
Any of these players are a little bit low. There's a good chance they're going to drop.
Or if you have them in air and you get them down to 50%,
Yeah.
you know that they will die when they're dropped. So that's all you
Easy
have to do.
targets floating in the sky.
You notice that a lot of times Sigma, when he's up there, is not looking to finish off the players that are caught up there. Just get them under 50%. That's all we got to do.
Poke as many as possible.
Teleporter destroyed very quickly. The Dragons now have to fight on the point the old-fashioned way. That didn't look nearly as good for them. Carpe is able to clean up. Sound barrier committed here for the Fusion. Now worried about Youngjin. Oh my god, he just doesn't take any damage. Finally gets removed. Symmetra wall down, and the Dragons are running out of options rapidly.
What do? Do you stay on the Symmetra? You just use the ultimate, use Nano Boost as well?
No, you go back to the Mesolithic era and throw rocks at them. Yo,
I mean,
batter up.
They probably got to stay on the Sim at this point. I mean, a minute to go. So, like you mentioned, Shanghai, this has not been a good map for them throughout the year. 1 in 5 on it.
But at the end of the day, your ability to win a map definitely comes down to team fights and getting those important targets picked off. Well, this was never going to end well, was it? Carpe pays him a visit, and it's 4. A fall by his hand. And notice they got rid of that immortality field real quick to make sure that that was a possibility. Carpe Death Blossom stonks her up.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. Envy does have a Gravitic Flux. He'll also have the Meteor Strike here. Could touch with the Meteor Strike. You don't have a lot of other characters that are mobile. You have Teleporter here for DM. He actually doesn't want to use it through the choke, so they may want to use it to try and get to point.
Gravitic Flux here from Envy to the point. In fact, he's gotten himself 3. That's going to hurt. Carpe falls as he is dropped down. Poker's going to try for 1 himself. He gets rid of DM. Anyone else? Just the Sigma's trading damage so far, but Youngjin's getting rid of Neptuno. Oh man, look at that one. Youngjin drops on top of Poco there. And they're going to be able to deal with Sato pretty comfortably here. Coma went down already, but it doesn't matter. Youngjin is there on a cleanup crew, and the Dragons keep themselves in the map. That's insane, man.
Young Jin keeps them in the map there. He's able to pick up, what, 4 in the final fight? 1 with the Meteor Strike as Poco still alive on the Sigma, but that'll be the point unlocked here for the Dragons. DM will go to McCree. He just went with the Widow, trying to get a pick maybe from the choke. His players could potentially have been coming back. I have Coma go from Batiste to Mercy, so trying to get that McCree pocket here for that extra damage.
2 minutes and 37 seconds here. The Dragons, crazily enough, have a chance of equalizing here on Time Bank.
Probably Nano that Young Jin.
Yeah, they're going to do it straight away. Who's here with a punch? It doesn't matter. Envy just blew up. EQO does go down. Where's Youngjin looking, though? Perhaps for Carpe. Yes. Oh! Straight into the pillar. He's going to have to take a little bit more than that, but Youngjin finds yet another one. There was potential. Oh, there was potential.
He eventually does fall, though, as his Doomfist is scary, plus that Nano Boost.
13 final blows, 6 deaths.
And I was going to say, 13 final blows, 14 of them, so pretty much all solo kills there.
Doesn't show me too much. DM, honestly, like, DM hasn't had to do too much. These 2 final blows, 8 deaths. He's, if I'm honest, has kind of struggled, but his Doomfist factor is, frankly, it's just frightening. Here's a Coalescence that's supercharged from Philly, but they lose Carpe first. So now the Dragons just wait a little bit. And Philly used 2 ultimates for absolutely squat.
So, I mean, now the Dragons are in a great spot. Supercharger, Deadeye, you'll have the Meteor Strike here. Now you can start to make a play for the point.
A lot of rocks being thrown around there. Poco, Kinetic Grasp to get a bit of shielding. Youngjin, oh, he's trying to place it 1 centimeter. Perfect, in fact. A lot of damage, not only onto Poco, but also onto Sato. Carpe knows that his days are numbered, tries to duck around the corner, but Izayaki chased him down with a biotic grenade. Youngjin will be the doorman for the right side of the point. And there probably won't be one needed in the end. Oh, okay, EQO, 1 clip on DM. He tries to go for their Deadeye. Here come the reinforcements now. DM is brought back to life, but Boombox is here on the Moira. EQO stunned up briefly, but is able to get away. It was a biotic orb to keep the Tracer up. EQO just trying to dodge around these pillars for the time being. Sato is down. Envy is ready for a big Gravitic Flux if it's going to be required, but he just throws the rock in, and that is enough to get the job done.
About a minute on the clock here for the Dragons, as Carpe did have Death Loss in there for the end, but he gets knocked to the low ground. Not able to get back up and use it, as extra innings will be very interesting as Shanghai had a difficulty attacking point A. They barely got it. We'll see how it goes in the next go-around after this.
Only a minute on the clock for the Dragons, but I mean, if you were watching their first attempt at attacking, you would have thought that they would have had none at all. In fact, maybe you would have been surprised to see them take point B. The issue for them was, though, this part of the map. Now they have to go and attack again because they have less of a time bank. And if they don't get enough done, I mean, surely Philly aren't just going to fall over on their attack. This would be the second time in this series that Philly have gone into extra innings.
Drastically ahead in time bank.
You see Youngjin 15 final blows.
Oh,
Look at this map.
that's it. Keep eyes on that. The flutter deadlift could be happening.
So the TP comes in for the Dragons. Across the side, Youngjin trying to make it through the choke. They're going to go with the Symmetra again. You put down so much damage. Oh, that's a big biotic running. They get Sato out. They had Neptuno weak as well, and now they realize they can keep on pushing
The
this.
Symmetra, it's happening. DM is charged up, baby. I mean, EQO just getting slammed by the boulder doesn't help. But this is what happens now. You get that late fight feeling with Symmetra and a team to protect it.
And here's the thing, you know, you put down so much damage with the Symmetra, you're almost at your ultimate. We talked about at the beginning of the series, you know, the change to the overall ultimate goes up by 12% to get them.
It takes longer to get them, yeah.
Yeah, it takes longer to get them by 12%. The previous patch, I mean, he's like, him and Boombox are really the only ones close. A Symmetra wall could be huge here at the end.
Could be the backbreaker for the Philly Fusion, but the Dragons only have one opportunity to hit this point. So Philly want to defend forward to start with. Envy's just going to eat up a bunch of that damage, get his team through unscathed. Notice the EQO Doomfist. He's wrapped around trying to go for a flank. Amplification Matrix is thrown down. A Symmetra wall in front of this one would be absolutely devastating, but they hold on to it for now. DM doesn't have it yet. Here it is, though. Thrown up, but they've already lost two. The flank from EQO. That might have been what saves Philly here. It gets in. DM eventually removes him, though. Staying charged up now as there are plenty of barriers for him to keep that beam on. Carpe tries to step up. He gets hosed out by DM.
Oh, my.
Oh, this is all sorts of wrong. DM finally pulled in the hold, gets him now. Gravitic Flux to knock him into the air, but he sees Neptuno. He's so low. Poco saves the day, doubles down now. And the punch in from EQO gets rid of Youngjin. That could have gone either way, Matt, and you know what I mean. Gamsu steps up. He is removed. The Dragons, no ticks on point B.
If he doesn't have a gravitic flux there, what happens? In your opinion, what happens? Because he was, you see how fast he started to take Poco out. I mean, you can do so much damage with the sim. Pretty big for Shanghai. They actually get first point. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Not a lot on the clock here for Philly. As this was looking like a map that Philly was going to be able to run away with.
What do you mean, like King's Row?
It's one of the Dragons' worst maps. Yeah, just like King's Row, where they had a better time on King's Row. They're not able to close that one out. This will be another heartbreaker of a map here for Philly.
Poco trying to either decipher what that melody is or try and find a way forward for the fusion here.
He's looked really good on single Poco. Yeah, him and Envy both looked very strong in the here.
Putting out big damage. And that's maybe people don't realize about Sigma. Oh, those hyperspheres hit very hard. Yeah, they are limited in range. I think I tested the game. It's like 25 to 30 meters, I think.
And it's when you're playing against it, it's kind of that like annoying AoE damage, kind of like Junkrat, just spamming like chokes. Like you're able to knock it off wall.
They actually, and they implode as well.
Yes.
So they are small AoEs.
Yeah. So you can, like, especially in a map like this, you know, a lot of people running through, trying to get to the top of the bridge, to the left side on offense. There's a lot of opportunity. So they play the sim on defense here. This is something
They didn't do the last time. Symmetra versus the Winston will be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, I don't really want to be DM there. There's not a heck of a lot you can do. I mean, he wants to get charged up. Sato will throw a barrier down, though.
You know, they did play the sim the last time on defense. You remember, they put the TP up to the high ground.
They just backed away.
They just backed
away. Philly
from,
read this straight away to get rid of the TP. Now, the Dragons don't push into the remainder of Philly, so
No,
now
they
they
split.
Oh my god, this play. Okay, the Dragons have a big decision to make. Which half of the team do we get rid of? Can we get rid of any of them? Right, and they played the point indeed. Another TP up on the high ground. This allows some repositioning. Oh, Youngjin, that was tough. He had to go point blank at dealing with Carpe. And that is where Reaper thrives. That was beautiful. Carpe's able to set this one up. And Philly, man, that's big brain stuff. The rotation to the high ground. They get rid of the teleporter. Completely unraveling Shanghai's strategy. That is, I love to see that.
Yeah, Shanghai needed to commit to one direction and take a player out quickly to force it in their favor, and they're not able to do so. They try and get a rocket punch from Youngjin onto Poco. They get him low, not able to finish him off. And they're able to take the point, though, for Philly. Now Philly, 1:40 to get point B.
Here's what
One
we're working
tick.
with. The coalescence for Boombox. Needs to stay alive to use it, though.
All they need is one tick here. You can see at the top of your screen. That little arrow next to the V.
90 seconds burns down awfully fast, though. So they move in with the coalescence to back them up. Youngjin gets Sato and gets away with it. EQO wanted to chase him down so badly, but he doesn't have the liberty. He needs to work on the point itself. And Matrix thrown inside that back right corner, and EQO needs to change his angle of attack. This might force Philly to regroup.
Yeah, I don't think you can push this if you're Philly. You have to know they're working on some more ultimates. EQO with this Blizzard, that's got to be the play here. You do have the Symmetra wall in play. Supercharger and Nano Boost as well. So the Nano Boost onto Youngjin, always in play. The Doomfist can just come down with a Seismic Slam, take somebody out virtually instantly.
EQO needs to get into a position where he can get a safe lose it off. And guaranteed to catch people. That's not good. You lose Poco, then 40 seconds, maybe you can reset here, but you put yourself in one fight. And you let the Dragon save ults.
And you lose Poco for nothing. I mean, you had Youngjin over there, and maybe they thought they were going to be able to get the Nano Boost out of Izayaki, but all he does is land a nice Biotic Grenade. They're able to take out Poco, and then you can sit back. You can build up all your ultimates here for the Dragons. They're almost working on full 6.
And it's going to be frustrating for Philadelphia. This is a real chance to win yet another map, and they may have let it go. They can't do anything about Youngjin in their backline right now either. They know he's there. They just can't afford to stop him. Wall thrown up, EQO trying to get to the point. It's go time for the Philly Fusion, and DM is the first casualty. It's a good start. Gravitic Flux thrown up here by the Dragons. Who can they drop? It's Sato, but he immediately goes into Primal Rage. They did lose Poco to it, but the Winston now is causing problems on the point. Youngjin tries to come in with a Meteor Strike, doesn't find anything. It was an Ice Block forced out of EQO, and now he's trying to chase the Mei down. Carpe in the backside. Dead Blossom only gets one. The wall thrown up there was enough to protect the rest of Envy's team. Getting rid of Sato is pretty big here, and the Shanghai Dragons look like they're going to be able to hold. Poco steps up here with an accretion boulder immediately, and that will be the draw.